It's not long after graduation that I find myself overlooking the Pacific Ocean, as the sun burns down like a wick on the horizon. The sea has something you can just grow used to. It still churns my stomach when a particular aromatic gust forces itself up my nose. The view reminds me all too much of Clarkson to look at. Iadakan is more and more in my mind these days, and I find myself suffused with only numbness now as I remember him. Maybe that's part of healing. Well, a scar can still hurt. But I'm afraid one day I'll just grow indifferent to him and everything in it, because you've moved on, you've learned so much. Your life is more than that now. That's all he wanted. I take up the new camera Olivia had gotten me and snap a picture without a second thought. Checking up on the screen, I see a snapshot. Oh, hold up. I have some slight issues here. I see a snapshot of that would make you think I was actually improving. No second guessing, letting the moment pass, no blurring the shot on accident. Guess I had that one to bend of late. How did it come out then on? Speak of the devil. I look back to see a blue parasol saunter out of the Airbnb we're staying at this week. I'm impressed those businesses are still around, given that their margins are hot dog shit. And they're basically extortion rackets. Pretty good, honestly. I show him the shot and he nods impressed. Very nice. I may try it myself. He takes up his own camera, snapping a shot while checking the screen. He frowns at the outcome, even without seeing it at the viewfinder. And I know it's because he narrowly missed the golden shower. The Clementine God rays have already waned immensely, and it won't be long before the light's totally gone. Still, instead of erasing it, he simply plants the camera back to his chest. Well, in any case, I just wanted to say, this is a great place you chose here. Oh, hell no. If it was up to me, I would have chosen some electricity-less shit shack about a mile down to the bluffs. I'm quick to hand-wave the praise, correcting. It's actually Liz that found this place. It was just a matter of all buying in. Well, yes, actually, I was going to say, I can still pay for it. No, wait, bet we got you covered. Thought the salutatorian could use a nice graduation gift. Gee, thanks, Anon. Second place and the pity trip. He catches himself in size. Sorry, that was meant to sound like a joke. You didn't make it a big deal, that's how I would have read it. Ben smiles slightly at that. It's been different since the formal. He's already joined us on a few group trips, and he and Olivia don't seem much like strangers anymore. Only gotten details here and there, but I'd say he's gotten better. It's a subtle difference, but aside from losing his previous sycophantry, he's not putting on airs with a happy voice constantly. And even just how he moves. His shoulders aren't always squared, and his tail isn't always held aloft. It's as if dropping that weight finally let him relax, breathe, be. He moves to pull an orange bottle from his coat, shaking out a Singapore with dining without an ounce of water. It's almost empty. Almost out, but you can probably get scratch that. Let's make a CVS run if you need it. Oh, that will not be necessary. My dosage is low these days. I have got just enough for this week. But thank you for the concern. I like how he rubs his throat to massage it down. Come on, take some water. Oh, actually, if you use water, usually the flavor gets out, and if it's bad, it's... We share a look of understanding at that. Then, we both crane our heads towards the cabin. We hear a horrific rubber squealing tear into the driveway. That must be Damien. How can you be so... Dumb question, never mind. Pat him on the shoulder with a smirk as I lead him towards the side yard. There's a series of trellises lined with Christmas lights circling along picnic table. Oh, we're doing this? We're doing an alternative to the original. Can I just fast forward this? Is that okay with everyone? Because, like, this is cute and shit, but, like, we are way past the point where I give a shit about this game. Right? This is way past the point where I care about the story. It can only be a little gushy stuff, so let's just go forward. Oh, funny story. He must have really liked me because he sure screamed a lot. But an eye clearly stand and... I know some people who drive like that, and I don't like it. Makes me very skeptical that anyone should actually drive. If this is what can come out of it. She painted something from an odd angle. How nice. Sound like I've got... that's cute. You will... Oh, Damien, you cutie. Can Damien be the house man? The house husband? I would love that, if someone actually follows through on that idea. Because it's always kind of soft hinted at with him doing home ec and being kind of stupid. A little bit not a lot of working skills, seriously. Not a lot of work ethic. Although I guess he does help with, like, the whole table stuff, so... We offered that Mia could come too. They're not saying, oh, but for the reasons you expect. Mia and I have been on a break, that's all. But we're trying to better ourselves before we can try to mix our issues again like last time. Saw each other at school for lunch, and of course go on weekend adventures. Never had so much time to do this before, but she's doing well though. It's almost like she's been able to regain some of who she was in freshman year. She's more reserved and sick. Not a total ball breaker. To a lesser degree, of course, she's still me after all, but I can confidently say that she didn't have a negative instance for the rest of the year. She even know to get her grades to a C on average to get her diploma, if you've noticed her walk. Oh, you walk at the graduation. That's good to hear. That's cute. It's credits time! The credits are rolling while we're watching. While we're watching and waiting. If she wants to say sorry, I want you to... QT Gator GF. Shut the fuck up, Anon. Ha! Everyone's staring into the pizza. Man, you guys are eating a lot of pizza, but that's just me. Ben takes a mental year! Go travel. Go backpacking or something. It's great. Damien's gonna go with the flow. This is gonna help him get a job. Local colleges, and I'm gonna say, and it's also pissed your asses off. It's a denouement of the story. Extricate. I mean, this ending is a bit gushy-bushy, but, you know, fuck it, man. What are we going for? And trade for all the Snoot coin. Man, that's a lot of Snoot coin! You could buy a good girlfriend with that amount of money. Although you'll probably also be kidnapped, so be careful. Apparently that's a thing that happens in the crypto world now. I ran into a goblina in a wheelchair. That's a terrible meter, Safi. Go to hell. That I remember lives. I just remember meeting A-Man in PE and seeing that he was lucky and damn near invincible. I mean, the fact that you still remember it says a lot. Wasn't that special. Just so ugly. Oh, gosh. It's racial segregation. Then it becomes the personified nerd image. Oh, God! I Wani Kiss that Snoot. Ugh. Oh shit! What the hell? This is a bit of a twist. This is a bit of a twist that comes out of nowhere. Those 10%. Oh god, you're doing fucking ending 3. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you cramming every ending into one like this? I can feel the plot coming under high pressure here. God damn it. Oh, they're picking up their old painting. She has a secretary? That's just weird. The last audited graduation papers. She's not reining back her coffee intake. Mr. Moose and Miss Halford, please sit. Just say, make yourself comfortable. Works every time. I mean, she's not like Fang where she calls people out, because it's not the point. But did the faculty have a betting pool? Oh, not so bladed come back. No, it's been a spoiler. Oh no, it's an Iadakan. What? This is not ending 3, but I'm wondering what the hell they're going for. Get to open the federal first. Or a white triangle. Eyes roving my name over and over again. Why are we letting Iadakan have the last word? Like, he never seemed like the kind of person to do this, because he always seemed to be in defiance of his own death. Alright, here we go. Anon, if you're reading this letter, I wasn't able to hand it to you myself. Still... Oh, that's pretty cute. Still, this has been a long time coming. If you are reading this, that means that you and Olivia have both graduated. Congratulations. You strike me as the type that to see that as nothing special, but it is. It's fucking high school, Iadakan. Holy shit. For Anon, it's special, but for, the average person, probably not. Although with how the world's going, and how America is a third world country, and probably not. You might be wondering why I bothered. Okay, listen up, buddy. If you continue the same quote, you can ignore this closing quotation mark, because it hasn't ended yet. You do want to include this one to make clear that this line is still the part of that quote, but you can ignore. I think you can definitely skip that one. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Isn't that a cool trick? You can seem so smart when you use it. At least I think I look smart doing it. You might be wondering why I bothered to write this, aside from the obvious of expressing my pride in you, etc., etc. But that's ancillary to my... Oh, God, he's using ancillary like I do. But that's ancillary to my main purpose. This first letter is merely for you and you alone. On the second page is a letter of introduction and recommendation I sent out to every network contact I've ever made in the photography community. Olivia is no doubt reading much the same, though hers are towards my artistic contacts. You may not have known this, but I still have quite a bit of pull in both worlds, despite my humble teaching position. Consider the inclusion of the original herein a failsafe, in case you meet someone that hadn't met me but values my word. Honestly, considering he's been dead for, like, a good part of a year, yeah, some limitations apply. Let me be clear, that's all this is. A vote of confidence manifested in what little I can give you and her now. Both of you are fantastic artists in your own right, and if ever this letter opens a door, know that it is merely jimmying of the lock, so to speak. You'll go as far as you deserve, and I expect the two of you to need go far. Be sure that Olivia understands that part, because both of you deserve it. I'll end on a real note of advice, which is weird because we just had Ferris. If you ever find yourself obscuring your feelings from someone, take a leap, my boy. No one has unlimited time. I believe you know what I mean by that. And never lose that spark, Anon. The tenacity and desire to be better. Gentle Iadakan. My eyes are burning like two hot coals. Oh, I thought you had 4 eyes. That's weird. Stinging and... Oh, man. Scalar, why'd you have to ruin their fucking summer break like this? Wording is generic, meant to be one size fits all. Oh, God, it's a Jimmy. Jesus Christ, why are we doing this? Oh, this is his letter. I thought he was, like, looking over at Olivia's. That's just weird if he did. In the few months I've known Anon, he's not only proving himself to have a stellar work ethic, but his attention to detail and desire to do even better. There's no doubt in my mind that in wholeheartedly recommending him for any and all photography and adjacent positions. One would be lucky to have his perspective on their team, a luck I was privileged to experience firsthand. Conflict. Duality. He's rolling the duality dice. With hope or fear, we shall see. It's all make me lightheaded, but that same anger beats back at the same time. Do I just have to let it go? Maybe this was his final lesson. Not even gonna be wrapped up with a neat little bow. I mean, the fun thing about this letter is that it can only be so insightful. Like, if Iadakan really wanted to smack you over the head with it, he would have been like, I don't know what happened in between, but I hope it was good. I hope you learned something. I hope you walked away from it. Custodian retrieved for you. It'll be a long while before... I mean, I don't think so. You have that contest every year. You can just slap the next one in there, buddy. Like, isn't that what you do anyway? So it's worth speaking. But if you excuse me, I have to desire a less cherished alumni right now. Oof. If you guys run into Mia, I'll be a little... Because at a little point, she's getting better. Also, I love that Lunara stands... It's like a valedictorian. That's so out of left field. That's great. That's perfect. That really helps the world feel bigger. It's tiny things like that. I stand and nod, taking hold of Olivia's wheelchair from the school to get her painting. Takes it back gingerly from the janitor and holds it up in her lap the entire way to the car. And we're quiet sobbing. Well, I mean, by this point, you probably got over a lot. Not most of it, I don't know, but a lot. Which, might just be enough to pull through without tears. I don't say a word either. I take the painting and put it into the back seat, and she hops into the car as I place her wheelchair into the trunk. Those letters from Iadakan's long time coming. Did he? Careful not to behold that thought so it doesn't slip out as a mumble. I begin to question if it's even fair for him to have seen the situation as I did. Maybe he was the one on the right here, but he said it himself. He didn't know me for that long. How much time was I... Oof. I'm going to say... Really? Come on! So, God, there's a personal experience I kind of want to put into this. There are a couple of personal experiences I kind of want to put into this, but I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I could properly explain it, but it has to do with why I think that ending 3 is really the only ending that deserves to see Iadakan's grave. In ending 2, Olivia does not have what it takes to see Iadakan. In ending 1, she's fucking dead. In ending 4, she's moved past it. Any visits she's done are not significant. They're just a moment in her life. In ending 3, it's implied that Olivia isn't really grown as a person. She hasn't made herself. So she visits the grave and it's this big moment where, in reality, at that point, it really shouldn't have been. Like, she's a year late, and that's why it's such a significant moment. I don't know if you can just copy-paste that into a better ending like this! I'm not as mad as I was before. I'm just saying, it's kind of... You're kind of trying to have your cake and eat it too. Waggling my finger at you, buddy. But on the other hand, this is a fan fiction. You can do whatever you want. You're trying to be sugary, sweet. Fuck you. But fine. You can do it. I can't stop you. You've already finished it! How would I? I mean, I could hack AO3, but that seems like a lot of work for, like, what? Proving a point that I don't give a shit about? I enjoyed the end of your story, man. What more could you want? Scary how easily you can find someone's private number on the ClearNet. The ClearNet. Hold up. I want to know what the ClearNet is. Publicly accessible portion. Oh, the surface web. Sorry, that's I'm familiar with like the deep web and the dark web and all that funny stuff, but I didn't know that the surface web is called the clear web. Sorry, that's just like one term but not the other. I wonder what sets apart the deep web and the dark web. And over the bottom of the iceberg is illegal trade. Very illegal. We're gonna see him. So many rows of right crosses. Following Sue's directions. I mean, I guess that's like the fun part, right? Also, the reason this is easy to... we're doing the wrist thing again. Listen, I get it, right? But just dress it up. Give it a slight definition, right? Call it something else. Like, at least compare it to hand-holding, because that's really what you're trying to get away with. You pervert. This teaching will continue to the next generation. Is that like Star Trek? Is this Star Trek? The next generation? Lydia bows her head and prayers to stay at the marker. I was always more of an Easter service Christian. I know what he means. He only showed up at Easter. Wouldn't you also show up at it? Yeah, the of Christian. Why do you though? I never got that part of Anon. Like, shouldn't some 4chaner like him be like the least inclined to put up a crucifix? You don't want Jesus to see what you're doing, Anon. The cross is his camera. Despite that, I never thought much of what comes after. I was always too fixated on myself. But standing here, I think that might be something of a thought of an afterlife. And it's just a convictionless hope. I mean, Anon would probably be agnostic. At least a-religious. Like, if you got a fortune, I don't know if you can hold on to your religion in, like, any strict definition. Because that shit fucking... I don't know if religion can stand up to a lot. Like, you can stay a Christian. You can keep your Christian faith. It's just that the religion, the organized church aspect and everything, that goes away. You can still believe in the Bible and everything. Religion is separate from theism, is what I'm trying to say. It's a very hard conversation to have with people. But, like, come on. I imagine Anna would at least let go of the church. If only because he's probably seen some nasty shit they pulled. Flying by over there. Think about all memories of him. Every lecture, every time he's expressed. Like, I could read this very sadly for you, but that's ending 3 for you. Go look at that one if you want to. People tend to write themselves up into a rut until the... Which is funny, because we just skipped months of your life. He didn't have much time. The diagnosis would have been in your sophomore year, I believe. Sophomore's like the second one, right? Still wonder, beseeching some divine insight, why he didn't take any treatment. He always spoke like students were his would. If that was the case. Yeah, we're going to get into a part that I'm going to read aloud because I have personal experiences with this. And we're going to have to deal with that. I think back to the hospital. Hold up, let's pull up the drones. I love that it's called She Sleeps Hospital Drones. God damn, ending 1 is so weirdly classy at times. I think back to the hospital visits to ailing grandparents as a child, the chemo ward full of shambling corpses, some more vivacious than others, but every one of them just as drained as Iadakan had been towards the end. Would I have preferred he inflict himself on that sooner? For what? A small chance that he would have eradicated the cancer? Maybe he knew it was a death sentence the moment he was diagnosed. Still, in 2 whole years, to never tell her? What did he expect would happen if I didn't come along? I still won't admit that I made the equation whole. That was a gamble on his part. It still doesn't make sense. I like this. Listen, you know how I complained about, you might have seen this, maybe not. In Tori game, I complained about how Inco doesn't seem to have an inner world. This is what I'm talking about. He's reflecting, and he's like, all the shit that happened, like, what the hell was he thinking? And I love that. It's interpersonal drama, except one of them is dead. I look at Olivia up my side, a small but contented smile playing across her face as she looked back at me, waiting as long as I needed. It's unthinkable. To think this is the same morose girl I met at the beginning of the year, one I'd seen so broken after his death. Same one that was able to bounce back regardless. But that's just luck, wasn't it? I doubt she would have handled his death any earlier than when it had come. So by that logic, what would have happened if he had told her the first he found out? Oh, it couldn't have handled any. Okay. Would she have continued painting? Could she have ever made any strides knowing it was only a matter of time before he was gone? My head begins to ache when I spy a piece of paper pinned underneath a rock atop his gravestone. I'm careful to extricate it and find the paper square to be water-stained with the consistency of desiccated leaf. Liable to tear apart at my touch. Must have been there a while. What is that? Eulogy published in the paper by Sue. I don't know about this. Then again, I don't really read print media. I hold it out and begin to read aloud. I'm just going through the motions, though, reading as my mind continues to spin. I reach the last section, and my attention is brought back to it. A poem. I like this. I think it should go a little bit further. It should kind of... Listen, I legitimately think that Anon should have called Iadakan out and been like, I don't know. Like, was Iadakan living by the seat of his pants? Did he just have that confidence? Is he that good with people? Like, kind of think it through and leave... You want to leave questions to the audience. You want to ask yourself, do you think that Iadakan was playing the one gamble he had? Did he actually trust Anon that much? Is he that good of a guess of character? Like, leave those out there and let your audience decide. Let them talk among themselves. Never answer. And leave it open. And leave it good. Because everyone has an opinion on what Iadakan was doing with this with Inco. And if you, it would have been better, but you're not doing it. But that's fine. That requires you to kind of understand what you're doing, and I know that's stuff you really only see in hindsight. I rarely ever see that on my first go. It's, you gotta know what you're doing, man. And I don't. You don't. Who does? Immortality by Claire Harner, 1934. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Oh no! Iadakan is immortal? That's what the poem is saying, right? He didn't die. Because I'm fucking stupid. I'm a retard who doesn't understand that it's supposed to say that you are inside of that person and all the experiences they have from that point forward because you enhanced their lives. No, it's about him being immortal. It's literal. She has become God. Pretty good of you, Claire. Pretty ambitious, we say in the business. It becomes harder and harder to read as I go. My blurred vision forces me to blink the tears free, and my shaking voice warbles, like, it makes me think of birds every time I read that, like a turkey, until I only hoarsely whisper the final lines. Why the fuck was I so selfish the whole time? Was my first response anger? He did it for us. He was a man with his days numbered, and rather than wasting away or forcing that dread upon his prize student, he grinned and bore it with all the energy he could muster. Even in spite of the colossal judgment shitbag that I am, he wrote that letter for me. He saw me as someone trustworthy. Someone who could be there for Olivia. And someone who could beat the odds. Put that over there. He took a chance at some level. And being hugged from the side with the sobbing gator girl herself, I see that despite my own misgivings, he was right. He couldn't give us all the answers, so he gave us lessons to let us find our own way. However painful it was, he did have it all planned. And I can only see it now. Sorry, sir. The words are caught in my throat as I stare up at the blue sky above. Poised ahead of us are the same clouds I have seen earlier. For a moment, a fleeting teary-eyed second, I see him in them. His crested head and grinning beak. His wings, which you fucking forgot about because they are... because the characters are at the sides of the screen, it's very easy to forget about the wings because they often go off-screen and they blend into the background because they're not as textures as the rest of the characters and they're not as involved in actions or holding objects with different contrasts. Even his arm held out with a quill in his hand. It's a vague association, a shape that isn't there. But I saw it. I don't like and yet I saw it. Just say, but I saw it. Because that feels a bit more poetic. This feels too, you're trying to be contractually obliged to say the thing. My legs gives out as all of my strife comes out in a crying wail. It's the same cloud shape in the photograph I took of his classroom the day we learned about his death. The same shape now clear in my memory that Olivia had sketched into the fountain painting. So sorry. Sorry I didn't see it. That I let all my anger cloud all of your good intentions. But I see it now. That's what matters, doesn't it? This painful, heaving ache I'm letting out now is what I should have felt when it first happened. Every sob feels like it's lifting an unimaginable weight. And even as my throat rolls and eyes run dry of tears, I'm so glad. I'm glad that I can leave this anger behind and see him as the great man he was. I pull Olivia close to me as I kneel, placing a kiss on her cheek and wiping her tears away, as she does the same for me. We all have our lives ahead of us now. It may not be infinite, but I'll cherish every moment, sir. Thank you, Mr. Iadakan, for everything, and then some. He would have yelled at you and said, hey, you just call me Trent. I'm an adult. I'm no longer your teacher. We're both adults. What are you doing? Honestly, I think Iadakan would give him shit for that. If only because he could. They have Anon's rage. Anon rage? He's a nerd, not a rager. What a nice ending. What a weird thing to put the ending on Anon's shoulders like that, because I really do think that he deserved to get smacked around a little bit by his feelings like that. That's good. Some people think his wife is dead in the game, which makes sense when considering how she's name's only mentioned once. That her being gone would sway him not getting treatment, because he wants to join her. I had not heard this theory before thinking of Sue, who again isn't quite out of the story yet. I didn't just add her to add her, though it'll be a while before she bears narrative fruit. You're at the end of your fucking story, man. Thanks for all my readers. Blah, 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 blah. So, despite the original concept just being endless and having to transform the narrative, it's really weird that only towards the end you actually seem to have the confidence to write something worth fucking writing, buddy. The last chapter is a bit shorter, so I think I'll just bum rush that. And we'll call it a day. So, Auraloch is down here. Fuck you, Auraloch. I'm hating Tory Game so far, and I hope it picks up. As much shit as I gave Receiver K, and I'm still giving him shit. When he buckles down, he can make something pretty damn good. He can deliver. You know, I say pretty damn good. How about I follow my own fucking advice? He delivers something great, something amazing, something eye-slapping, something jaw-breaking, something ear-shattering. There. Power verbs. Strong words. No slights, no maybes, no merelys. I do like that he had to invoke Ripley. That feels a little cheap considering what he's going for. I'm letting you go with it. I'm letting you get away with it. You've earned it. See, when you write something good, I'm willing to forgive you being a little shit. Because I'm like, you know, fuck it, man. You've already done the hard work. Relax, have a little fun. Kick a can down the street. I feel inspired and revitalized. Also, I got a new inbox item, which is weird because I haven't posted any. I mean, I've posted something of recent, but no one's commented on that. Did I turn the comments off? Fuck! Sick is the epitome of it gets better with age. The beginning chapters and replaced Inco with your vision of Anon, and what a shit vision he was. You officially peaked over Wani. I do think that there are some parts of it that are kind of better than Wani. If only because it actually tries to do something with the concept. It's a bit broader, you know. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. 2020 year? 2023. What's going on here? It's really awkward. Because I'm pretty sure Wani explicitly takes place in 2023. Perfect way to end a story. Snoot is Owen. We got a good old Spanish comment. Always love those. I guess that's the official ending, but we got one more to go, and that one has 90 comments! Whoo, boy! Actually, let me rephrase that. Hot ziggity! Absolute hot ziggity moment. Absolute hot ziggity moment. Unfortunately, we got like 16,000 bonus chapters. I don't even know if I want to bother with. I'll put those up the poll. You fucking tell me if you give a shit about those. I got an inbox item, which is kind of fucking weird. Balancing the skills. I agree. You really nailed it with the wish with consequences theme. It was an interesting read too. I don't like balancing the skills. I would rewrite it from the ground up and actually fucking make it work. Did I forget to turn on comments? No one can comment. I usually turn off comments early on because I'm like, I wanna have some stuff out there before I let people bother me. I was pretty sure I turned them back on. This keeps happening. It's the second time it happens. Fuck it. We're turning it back on. I really don't like balancing the scales. Again, my big problem with balancing the scales is that it was always kind of made with the idea of being a longer project, of having some of that durability in it. But yeah, man, I could have had 10 comments. I could have had 10 comments. But I didn't, because I'm stupid! Maybe I should get in the fucking Discord. What a way to end this video! See you guys next time for one more official chapter, then we're in the bonus zone. Wait. Did I say bonus zone? Hold up. Did I say bonus zone? Oh man, it's time to get the bonus coin! I love this. I love Chance Time too. I actually love the one from Super Mario 2. Do you feel the bonus energy? Bonus chapters. We did it! We finished Wani Kiss and it was good! Let me stand up and raise my hands to the heavens and scream, yes! With an emote. Just like I'm a fucking Dark Souls character. Can't go too high because my headset wire's not that long. Yeah! We did it! Bonus zone! Woo! Thank you all for coming! Although we're just one more chapter, so...